I often hear, and this is always from people that are well-meaning, but really know fuck all about e-commerce and selling things online. Um, I often hear, don't go into that. That market is saturated. I hear that heaps. And it is true that some markets on Amazon or online are saturated if you're going to sell exactly the same thing. If you're going to sell exactly the same thing. So if, for instance, my thing that I'm looking to sell, look at that, St. Paddy's Day coming in, and Easter already like that. It's coming in already, just to go back to what's saying about the calendar. Anyway, so if that's your thing, like a yoga mat, and you're thinking of getting into it, and your yoga mat looks like every other yoga mat, and it's got nothing unique about it that says you've spent any amount of time thinking about a unique subset of the yoga population and tailored something that's perfect for them, then yes, it's saturated. Absolutely. Okay. Gone are the days when we could just put any old shit up on Amazon and it would make sales. Those days are gone. We have to think like much more marketing focused now and think about our products solving the needs of a specific subset of a broader niche. Okay. So are things saturated? Yes, if you try and sell the same thing as everybody else, absolutely they're saturated. But what a market like, for instance, yoga tells us, well, this is a proven market with a proven buying populace within it who will spend a shitload of money to have what they perceive as being the requirements for them to go and do yoga at their particular level, whatever that is. So these niches within the niches. Okay. Very, very cool. Next, don't start a business. Like somebody, and I've had this as well, say, don't get into business, play it safe. Well-meaning people, you know. So anytime you chat to entrepreneurs, you'll quickly suss out that we're all the same. We're all freaking crazy. And we've all got crazy family members who say, don't do it. You know, it's well-meaning, absolutely. Typically, sometimes it isn't, but usually it is well-meaning, okay? Bad advice. Order big. Now, there's two sides to this. So on the one hand, you have to back your horse. You have to back your horse. If you've spent the time to do your market due diligence and to put together a product that is unique and you've got a plan to get it to market and things like that, then you absolutely, where possible, should back that horse. Okay. But that has to be tempered, of course, with this idea that I'm going to say most things that you will try will not work. And that is horrible to hear. Don't you reckon? Like, that's awful to hear. Most of the things that you will try probably won't work, or certainly won't work as well as you would like them to work. Okay. What you have to remember is it only takes one product to completely change your life, That's all it takes. Most of the experiments and the tests that I do don't work. Certainly don't work the way I want them to work. And I've been doing this for ages. I'm sure that anybody who's an entrepreneur on this call will agree that things don't go to plan. Okay. So if you get caught up with it, it's not so great. So should you order big? Well, it depends. On the one hand, you absolutely do not want to run out of stock. On the marketplaces like Amazon and eBay and places like that, running out of stock is possibly the worst thing you can do to hinder the business. Okay, so you need enough stock. And I've covered that heaps. It's actually in the training modules, how much stock to order. But on the other hand, you've got to temper that with, you don't want to blow your load too quickly. So in the entrepreneurs community, there's this idea of, as entrepreneurs, we should solve a big problem. You would have heard of that. Solve a big problem, solve an important problem. I say phooey to that. Your first business doesn't need to change the world. For me, your first business only has one job to do, and that's to change your world. That's all your first business needs to do, okay? Just has to set you free, whatever that means to you, okay? So instead of worrying about solving, world hunger, that sort of craziness, which is a noble pursuit, no doubt about it. But for your first business, first product, first thing you're getting up, focus on changing your world instead. Because once you've done that, then you get to go and focus on these bigger things, That's much, much easier. And the other thing that I hear a lot is get an NDA before you talk about your idea. Again, I call bullshit on that. Nobody gives a flying fuck about your idea, typically, not in my experience. I don't care about that. They have too many of their own things going on. And ideas are a dime a dozen. No doubt about it. There's ideas all over the place. What is in short supply is execution. That's what's in short supply. Ideas are easy. Execution is hard. So don't worry about protecting your ideas with NDAs and things like that. Instead, focus on executing on your product idea and getting it to market as quickly as you can, so you can get some feedback around the relative success or failure of that product to market fit. So one thing that Graham said, which was a throwaway comment from him, but it's actually very, very smart, was he launched like 50 products onto eBay, different variations, different things, just seeing what got some traction. Okay, what got some traction. And then from there, he doubled down on that. And now he's doing, what was it, like 18,000 a month with his 14% costs to that. So that's life-changing for most people, okay? That was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. We are a community of over 2,500 professional e-commerce sellers from right around the world, selling on everything from Amazon to Shopify, eBay to Etsy, and much, much more. If you'd like to find out what we're doing and how we go about helping you make your business successful, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. The link for that is in the description. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.